One time I got a phone call and it was this guy that was just like, hey, I'm your son. And I was like, no fucking way. And welcome back to a special edition PG-13 version of The Careful Boys. Today we have Dancing Can sitting in the seat.
Dancing Can?
Wow. There it is. See, he's I gotta show my moves off.
Wow.
And Ryan, take it away.
Okay, all right. I was asking these fine gentlemen and lady before the cameras turned on, how did you ask your first girlfriend to be your girlfriend? Or boyfriend?
Can. Me first? Okay.
Jeez.
Wow.
You're a good mediator, man.
Yeah.
You guys work well as a team.
In middle school, I was in 8th grade. I had just moved from Gardena to, where was it? Garden Grove.
Oh, Vietnam to Vietnam. Okay, good.
Yeah, so I went to middle school and it was my first time going to school with a bunch of Asian people. Because normally I came from a school predominantly Black and Mexican. And then I was like, wow, there's so many Asian people here. And then I would see the Asian girls. I'm like, wow, so this is what it's like to see, like, yep, boom. And then...
to see my sister in a sexual way.
I didn't really know anything about dating or anything, but I did know that I liked Asian girls because I was like, man, they're so cute. I never seen them before, you know? So I would hang out with my friends, and then some of my friends would be like, hey, so-and-so likes you. Do you want to ask him out? I'm like, sure.
Did you know what that meant when someone says ask them?
No, I didn't. But I was like, yeah, she looks cute, you know? Sure, why not? And then after school, she came over to me and we're like, hey, you know, do you like me? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, okay, let's get together. I'm like, okay, sure. And then we kissed. And I was like, wow, this is...
Wow.
Like that.
That's very wholesome.
Who are you, Anthony Lee? Bro? Jesus.
But then here's the thing, we dated.
That's fucking, it just went like, hey, we like each other and just kissed right there?
And she was cute too. Yeah. No, she was super cute.
She kissed you, you kissed her. Like, who went closer first? That's fast.
So was that was your first kiss?
Yeah, no, I had a kiss like before that.
You player, Jeb.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The kiss before that was kind of like a dare.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I get
But
it.
still, dude, that's fucking
But then that happened, and I was like, okay, I guess I have a girlfriend now. And so we would like hold hands, do all the, you know, coupley stuff. And then it was like, oh, this is, I didn't know how to process it. And I definitely wasn't in love because I was like, I don't even know what that is. So that happened. And then like a month later, my friends would tell me like, hey, you know your girlfriend cheated on you? She's with this other guy. And I was like, oh, really? I'm like, huh. So I was like confused, but I was like, okay, I guess I shouldn't go out with her anymore then. But I was like, my emotions weren't even like really like if I was hurt or anything because I didn't really understand.
It's too new.
It was
you were
like,
born a robot.
Yeah, there was no attachment to her. It was more like, oh, I guess I'm in this thing now. Oh, I guess she cheated on me, so I guess I'm not with her anymore. So it was just like, okay, move on.
Did you talk to her about it? Like,
no, I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be with you anymore because this is wrong or whatever.
and she was just like, okay.
Yeah.
So practical.
It was literally like that. And I feel like my emotions weren't even really attached to it at all. It was just like the actions of being in a, like, you know, a young couple relationship.
It was a mock.
It was like a practice.
Because you're still thinking about, am I supposed to do this?
Exactly.
Am I supposed to...
I'm still figuring it out. So instead of me feeling hurt,
icebox where
yeah.
my heart.
But then that actually taught me a lot of how to be aware of like relationships in general. It's like, okay, what to do, what not to do, what's real, what's not real. Because to me, that wasn't even real. Like, it was just like, it just happened.
It was like a fast track trial run.
Yeah, it was like a demo.
Do you count that as your first girlfriend then?
Yeah, technically, if you go with it. But would I count it as like a serious relationship? Not really, no.
So what about the next girl?
The next girl?
Yeah, the next girl you got in a relationship with.
Like a serious one? Or, because I don't...
Did you have more of those?
Yeah, I did have a few of those where it was just like, I just liked somebody and
They
they
just
liked
walk
me.
up to you and they're like, hey, I heard you like me. Can you...
Pretty much, but no.
Dude, Anthony Lee numbers. You know?
A lot of that happened around middle school to high school, and it was just a lot of me just not knowing what was going on.
And everybody was just coming after your dick, like quick.
No, not after my dick. I didn't have sex with any of these girls like during these relationships because I didn't know what that was. Like I didn't know, like I was super like unaware of things when I was that age. So yeah. But that was going on. Yeah, it was pretty wholesome up until like high school, where I was like getting really horny. I was like, oh shit, I really want to do it now, but I don't know how to like express that.
Let's dive into that a little bit.
Well, because
Start dry humping the fuck out of each other?
no, because like basically there
Try to start a
was
fire?
that.
Between them jeans, my boy.
Because I lived with my parents, and because I was dating Asian girls, their parents are super conservative, so there wasn't a lot of like opportunities.
Were they mostly Vietnamese as well?
Yeah, mostly. And then and Korean too. Yeah, I mean that's just how it is, right? But I feel like dating didn't really get serious until after high school. Like that was like the real relationships. But
that's when you were a superstar.
Yeah.
That's true.
basically
We can't be talking superstar dating stories, man.
You didn't have a normal life anymore.
But ironically, like my first relationship after that happened, where I became a superstar, it was all online. Like that one was pretty interesting because like we never saw face to face. It was purely like text relationship.
That's dope. You could just delete them instantly.
It was dope, but the thing that's not dope
Mine's
was I
wild.
cheated on her.
Whoa. Why did you
another-
cheat?
Wait, with another online?
Yeah, in the chat room.
With like, this is how I lost my virginity actually.
Oh, you lost your virginity in the heat of infidelity?
Yeah, because, dude, like I said, the whole time throughout middle school, high school, my relationships weren't really relationships because I didn't really know what was going on, right?
Yeah, you're just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, and like I knew that this was wrong because, you know, I hear about it all the time, but I didn't know why. You know what I mean? And then until it happened, and I was like, oh fuck, I feel really guilty. I feel this and that. And I'm like, I'm in an online relationship that's not a real relationship because like we don't really see each other or anything. I don't even know this person like face or anything. And so I was like, damn.
You don't even know their face?
How long were you in that
No.
relationship?
Just about a year.
About a year and
Yeah.
you didn't see
No,
them
because
in
like
their
I
face?
was always busy. They lived in like Hawaii or something, and like I saw pictures of them and stuff. And this was before FaceTime, before like this was like iPhone 2. It wasn't like-
what attracted you to them, or what kind of chemistry was built?
I enjoyed conversations. We laugh a lot. We talk on the phone.
Love caps lock.
Like LOL.
It was like
Lots of
classic-
LOL.
it felt like love letter shit. You know what I mean? But like a step above that.
No, I get you, dude. I get you.
How do you know it wasn't like a dude though?
Prison.
Well, because I could hear their voice. They
Oh,
sound-
you
they
would
sound
talk
like
to
a
them
girl.
still.
Yeah.
Vocally, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't have like video chat, so I couldn't like. But that was in the back of my mind though. Was like, is this person even real? Like, how do I know they're not like this like super random person that does not look like their photo? And that's when catfishing kind of came out, you know. And I started kind of losing trust in that relationship. So I was like, dude, I'm just gonna do whatever, man. I don't care, you know. So
Even though you were committed,
I don't even
Yeah.
count that one. That guy could have been a dude or something.
exactly. So
that guy could have been a dude.
Just said he talked to her voice though.
No, but I'm not saying cheating is right or anything, but I was in a very frustrated state where I was like traveling all the time, seeing all these other cuter girls, and then I was just like, man, we're arguing right now. I'm like, fuck this shit. So I just went out and like did my thing, you know. It
Yo.
was pretty bad because like I only thought about myself.
Like the thing you did, like the chick was bad, huh?
It was.
Oh, you didn't have to say that.
Oh, it was PG-13, man.
It was a really bad time in my life because a lot of it I was very like not aware of things. I was only thinking about myself. Like it was a lot of learning experience, and that was the time around like the Tick tour times where like we were just constantly traveling.
Hey, don't bring me into this, man. You know.
Yeah, why'd you look at Anthony like that?
Because it was an
he was
exciting
around.
trip. Let me tell you how
It
legendary
was-
this guy is. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was around the time where my life was just completely 180. So I was like trying to process things while trying to figure out myself. And so that happened, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from all of this shit, like no relationship, whatever. And I was single for like a year or so. And I was like, I really need to just focus on not being a fucking dick like to girls because
Dude, that's really nice of you.
because it sucks when you're only thinking about yourself and you just want things like, oh, I want a girlfriend, I want this, I want that, but then, you know, shit happens and then you know.
You were learning though. I like, you know,
Yeah.
I totally remember that time in your life too, and also just the actual sincerity in the way that you were perceiving and receiving things, you know, and how you told the story right now. You were like learning as you were going. You didn't know these things. They had to you had to experience it for it to happen, you know. So
Yeah.
To put it in perspective too, During the Tic Tic tour times, like you guys were selling out auditoriums. So it's like a different type of high and feeling.
It was.
Yeah. You feel like you're on top of the world.
Pretty much.
People are like ripping your costumes off on the stage and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Damn, Ken, you're a wild boy. Dude.
He's a wild boy, you know?
It was weird, man. It was a weird time, honestly.
Today's video is brought to you by Audible. So I've been doing my flights now back and forth from the Hawaii, and they're about a good 5 hours. And I'm like, what can I do for 5 hours? Well, I could sleep, I could watch movies, I could do a lot of stuff, but Audible comes to a lot of awesome stuff because I could just rest my eyes and chill. This is what I've been checking out, all of my content here. I got Good Thinking by David Robert Grimes. This is brand new. I still haven't started this one, but it's this kind of cool like graph, right? And it's like, it goes to like why flawed logic can lead to like putting us all at risk, and then how critical thinking can save the world. So I've noticed like all over the world, you know, some groups make great decisions and then they solve problems in a good way, societal, you know, all kinds of issues with the world. But there's also other destructive groups. And the only difference between the two groups is the decisions that they make, how they see the world, and how they critically think, or if they lack critical thinking. So I was like, this is really interesting. I want to check that out. And I have a bunch of other books that I just listened to on the plane now. And I like it better than watching movies sometimes because a lot of the stuff I get is like school and learning, and I don't go to college no more. And I really miss just sitting there and listening to somebody smart that can tell me about the world.
Yeah, and in addition to audiobooks, Audible has all kinds of audio entertainment. They got podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
They even got originals. So they want to be your home of storytelling. Whether it's storytelling about like fiction, nonfiction, how to get better, all that stuff. You can go to Audible and you can get one book per month or one credit per month. And you can listen to either on a car ride, jogging, or even on the airplane.
It's the home of storytelling, you know? Life is all about stories, and I love learning through stories.
Let Audible help you discover new ways to laugh, be inspired, or be entertained. New members can try it free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/offtherecord or text off the record to 500-500. That's audible.com/offtherecord or text off the record to 500-500 to try Audible free for 30 days. Audible.com/offtherecord.
Because it's like, you don't know, you go from like this kid who's like not cool at all at school, you're just like a nerd for dancing, and then all of a sudden you blow up and then your life is just like, you know. Yeah, man. So I did a lot of stupid shit. That's when I got into like drugs, partying a lot, drinking a lot, and then
Sounds like fun shit.
Yeah, where's the stupid stuff?
No, the thing is, like, I fell into like a major depression for like,
That's very stupid.
it was bad because
Very stupid.
because not only like
I'm trying to relate to the story.
yeah, because not only that, there was like this whole guilt that was just looming over me constantly for like realizing all the stupid shit I did in the past.
In retrospect, like this person that you hurt.
What's stronger though, guilt or ecstasy?
Or more ecstasy.
Dude, guilt on ecstasy? That's gotta be heavy.
Yo, dude, remember when I told that remember when I told that story about me in Australia with the birthday cake shit?
Yeah.
It was during that time.
Yeah, maybe you were thinking about a lot of other things, and that's why you snapped.
Yeah, probably. But dude, that shit was wild. But anyway, yeah, that was my first relationship.
Damn, that really led into a banger-ass story, bro. Honestly, that's dope.
That was great.
Like, you gotta remember, this is a Tic Tic tour. We keep on talking about it from different times. and this is a Tic Tic tour. Remember, this is like where like JK Films was there.
We were on the same tour together.
We were there, but this is the Tic Tic tour. Like, AK was like named after the Poor Artist. And this is the second
one.
Tic Tic 2. So like their level of just the way people were just screaming, waiting for them to come on stage, it was just another level. And honestly, there were chicks that were just breaking into the hotel that we were staying in, you know what I mean, knocking on these fools' doors and stuff like that. And I was like, why aren't they knocking on my doors? They're just like knocking on these guys' doors. So I can only imagine too, like you're just in a world that's way, like you said, 180 from what you're probably
It's like
seeing
everything
before.
is constantly given to you and you're not used to it. Imagine that. Like
Like one of the venues we played at, it was like they said, oh, like Lady Gaga would perform here or whatever, Justin Bieber would perform here. We're like, what? That's fucking crazy. And then like and then so
The whisper.
we thought like, I mean, we were pretty big. We had a pretty big impact on the Asian American community, but we were technically the openers. You know, for Poriotics to come out to close the show.
Yeah.
So we would do our show and get like pretty good response. And then they did the fucking like pew, fucking lights out type shit. And then
These guys
where they come out
were huge nerds for years. But now.
you know how cool they are when you come out. That's how you know that's how cool people are.
We did the sunglasses like this and shit.
And then their show's fucking all epic and shit.
Yeah,
and then
the show was
and
dope.
people go fucking crazy.
Those sets on the tour were sick, yeah.
Remember that thing?
Oh yeah, I've seen you guys do that shit. I've seen you guys do that shit.
Do it.
No, it's like a.
And then they come back out, and then they come back in.
And then only one person knows how to do flips. So you always watch out for the shortest guy to do flips.
The shortest guy to do flips.
Dude, no, it was crazy time.
I wouldn't have thought that watching those shows that you were fucking thinking about your online girlfriend.
I was. So the thing is, imagine like doing all this tour shit and then dealing with like, I wouldn't say dealing with, but like I was in this weird relationship where I was kind of like not sure what was happening, and then I basically like chose the worst decisions for both. You know, like partied way too hard, neglected the.
There's no blueprint for that shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But that's how you learn and how you become the person you are today, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a little deeper into there and a little bit more details with personal stuff. Feel free to not have to share it because it's okay.
No, I'm your boss. You have to share everything. Go.
So after you know you ended up cheating and losing your virginity and stuff like that, what did you do after that with the online relationship? Like how?
Oh, I just fucking lied and shit. Like I straight up was like, yeah, I didn't do that. And then so and so was like, well, my friend saw you here, and I was like, oh fuck, okay. And then I just kind of was like, dude, I'm doing all the dumbest shit right now that I knew was wrong.
Digging the hole, huh?
Yeah, I was digging the hole, and I was like, dude, why does my mind keep just defaulting to that? I think it's because a big part of me was, one, I never had to be in this situation, and the fear took over. And then I was like, you know what? There's nothing I can do at this point. I've like gone as far as I can the wrong way. Yeah. So now let's just close it out. Like, all right, I'm done. Let it all go. Yeah. Apologize, whatever, and then move on.
When you say the fear take over, is it like some sort of self-sabotage or something?
Like the fear of like, I guess I was more afraid of hurting them, even though I'm hurting them worse. You know that, like, why else would you lie? It's just to protect them from the truth, right? But then for some reason, like, it just kept going the wrong way. And I was like,
because you're trying to avoid the consequence of your actions over and over and over. Yeah.
By doing that, not realizing that it's just making it worse and worse and worse. But you hear these stories about why it's wrong, but then I never really knew why until that happened, and now I know. Because it's like, dude, it just feels terrible. Like, it's the worst feeling. Yeah. You know? But yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for sharing,
dude.
I'm fine now because it's like I can never go that direction anymore because it was like the deepest that I could possibly go as like a person, you know.
That was like over 10 years ago.
It was. Yeah, but then I'm so happy that it happened because like, dude, I'm like way on the other side now. They're just like gratitude.
Yeah, you got your virginity back. Congrats.
Yeah, I got yeah.
So are you in a much happier place now, and you just like wherever?
Oh yeah, everything feels way lighter. Like there's nothing that's ever like latched onto me because I just learned that like, okay, this is obviously the right decision, and no matter how hard it is, sometimes you just gotta go with the hard way, you know.
You know what'd be fucking freaky? If you went on your ayahuasca trip and you just saw nothing but black, and then you just see typing, and it says, "You lied to me."
Oh fuck, that's kind of scary.
Ryan is wild.
That's creepy. That can be like goosebumps.
You just start hearing the click, 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 click. Yeah. And then you're, you shit yourself.
Like, you know
the shaman goes, what the fuck?
Yeah. With the sound of your performance in the background.
Like I hear a lot of stories about this shit happening. Everyone hears the stories about guys cheating and like this is the worst thing you could do as a guy. But it's like when I see it from that perspective, I'm just like,
there's worse things you could do.
No way.
No way.
When I hear about it, I can't help but think like, dude, they're probably going through some fucked up shit and
Nah.
to be choosy. You know what I mean? Because or they're just like super. They're something in their brain is just not there. Where they're just not. They're only thinking about themselves.
I think your situation where you cheated is probably more ideal than a lot of others.
Yeah.
Because you're not.
no, it's not.
I think it is because you're not living together. You don't have a fucking kid.
You don't know what she looks like?
No strings attached.
That's a big thing. Outside of 3 pictures,
Yeah.
you only know what she looks like from 3 pictures.
And you think that's a woman's voice.
She's got gigabytes of footage of you to download all over the interwebs, and you've got 3 photos of her. Maybe
Yeah.
It's a little more healable. It's
It is, but the thing is, the act of me doing it, even if it wasn't a real situation, it still was. It felt.
Real.
Oh yeah,
Felt
but
real.
that's correct.
That's because you're a good person.
You're totally wrong for doing. You fucked up, and you should totally feel how shitty that is.
But best case scenario though.
But yeah, like Ryan said, there's worse shitty. You know,
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
Kalyne
yeah.
keeps on alluding to. There's definitely
There's
way
worse.
worse.
Anthony, what's worse?
Share with the class, Kalyne. Ladies first.
Well, you said there was something.
No, I've already given it back to you. You have to use a different.
Hey, Anthony.
Anthony,
Wow.
wow, you're a deflector.
Yeah, but no.
These guys a deflector, yo.
All right, guys, let's focus. So, when I first, got a girlfriend, she came up to me and kissed me, and it was sick.
Are you telling his story?
Oh, dude, time's out, dude. Video's over.
No, that's dope though. I think it's really cool to express how guilty you felt because that's how guys fucking learn. Is you have to take the fucking bullet and be like, I fucked up. And then you don't do it next time, and then you allow that girl to go and take it out on the next guy.
Because it's not your problem.
It's like
Ryan
after
speaking from experience.
like after I learned from there, like all my relationships became way more real, way more wholesome, and it just kept getting better and better. You know.
You knew what you wanted after that.
Yeah, I knew what not to do.
Thank God it didn't give birth to a pattern. That's the best thing.
Or just
Yeah.
give birth.
Thank God, yeah.
Nah.
Give birth to an E-baby.
You know, I got pranked one time. I got a phone call, and it was this guy that was just like, "Hey, I'm your son," and I was like, "No fucking way." He's like, "You remember that Australian trip when you were with so and so?" And I was like, "No fucking way."
Did
And
this guy sound like a grown ass man? Already?
It did, because I was like, my heart started beating. I was like, "What the fuck? I have a son," and then.
But you look fucking like
And then
19 or something.
and then guess who it was? It was fucking Dave Watanabe, dude. Fucking, he trolled the shit out of me.
That's both. We had him as manager for both of our crews.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that guy.
Dude, he trolled the shit out of me, dude.
He's funny
He
as
started
fuck, yeah.
laughing. I was like, fucking Dave, dude. Got me, because I believed it almost.
So that means you still do have a son that's going on. He just hadn't hit you up yet.
No.